Looking at the Jollof Derby. Yes, the Jollof Derby, Nigeria and Ghana. And looking at the Wafubi under 20 final. Yes, will Nigeria retain the title? Yes, a lot of, you know how it is now. Anytime you don't reach Nigeria and Ghana, there's always these debates and arguments, especially online, and looking at who is better. Now, they just concluded Ballon d'Or award, in as much as it has sparked a lot of controversies, many blame game. Some saying it should have been Vinicius Junior. Some say let it be Rodri. Even Brazil has also come out to speak. Toni Kroos also came out, and a lot of Nigerians are also coming out to speak against that award given to Rodri. And also it has also trickled down to Nigeria. So don't think it's only the international community shouting and doing all that. Let's also tell you that Nigerians mock Ghanaians over Lukman's 14th place finish on the Ballon d'Or. Yes, Nigerians also mocking Ghanaians. And let's also tell you that the Jollof Derby final will go down later this evening. Also on the show, we'll look at Libyans. Yes, they took to the street, contesting that the decision of the disciplinary committee of Confederation of African Football (CAF). Yes, they actually in protest of that 3 point and 3 goals given to Nigeria, that's Super Eagles, that they should have gotten that after all, Libya also went through the same trouble. When you say Libya went through the same trouble, I wonder, are they doing this thing out of sentiment, or they know the fact and the nitty-gritty that happened when they traveled to Nigeria? Well, you always want to support your own, but I believe that in as much as we are trying to be patriotic, at the same time, you have to look at what happened, that this was given to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So this and more we'll be looking at on the show this morning. We can also react to Erik ten Hag. We can also react to interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yes, let's also look at how we can go look into that particular one. I couldn't take most of your calls yesterday because of the guests I had in the studio. We needed to trash that particular one that we had, and it was a wonderful moment with me yesterday and the Ijele crew. Hopefully we tend to invite him back here in the studio, looking at the Ijele concept. So Abuja, welcome to the Wednesday edition of Sport on Eagles Wings. It is Old School Wednesday also in Eagles 102.3 FM. Make sure you leave your dial locked on this particular dial, because we'll take you back to the past. Yes, a walk in the past with old school music. But on the show, let's do what we know how to do best. Let's go for this quick break, and when we return, we return back into the package.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio. Eagles 102.3. Golf, football, basketball, lawn tennis, cricket, volleyball, athletics. It's the mother of all sports show.
It's sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky V weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest.
The vibe is about to be lit. Don't you just love good music? I know you do. I don't really care if you're older. On Eagles 102.3
For so long, you've been silenced. We have just found your voice. Take it. Use it.
You assess Nigerians before we become politicians or before you become member of any political party. The kind of things that happen in Nigeria, it's so obnoxious that if God looks down from heaven, you realize that we are really paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's
Eagles 102.3.
Drinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Okay, glad to know you're still there. Welcome to the Wednesday edition. Yes, the midweek edition of Sport on Eagles Wings. And I still remain the Sport Minister on Radio, Vicky Vick. Let's give a result of games played yesterday. Yes, midweek games. So we tend to give you those results. Then we'll look at other top stories that we are tracking at this time. Yes, we'll begin with the Italia Serie A. Massive result coming out yesterday. Bologna beating Cagliari 2-0 on the road, and Verona, yes, also lost to Lecce by a single goal. Meanwhile, Napoli under the tutelage of Antonio Conte. Yes, Antonio Conte continues the impressive run in the La Liga, beating AC Milan 2-0. Now, the first goal was scored by Lukaku 5 minutes into that game, and Varashlilia got the second goal in the 43rd minute. Those were the only two goals needed by Napoli at the San Siro, yes, to grab all maximum points. Meanwhile, in the 47th minute, yes, looking at the 47th minute, AC Milan also pulled one back, but it was ruled off as offside. Yes, it was ruled away as offside, and that goal was scored by Morata. Yes, it was 2-0. Massive result for the Napoli side as they continue their push on the Italia Serie A to grab the Italia Serie A title. Like I said, after 10 games, Napoli are on top of the table with 25 points. Yes, about 7 points clear of Inter Milan. Yes, Inter Milan still have a game to play. Yes, Inter Milan, they have a game to play. And we go straight to today's game in the Italia Serie A. Mouth-watering fixtures beginning from 6:30 this evening. Inter Milan will take on Empoli. We see Venezia take on the Udinese. Atalanta's Ademola Lookman side will take on Monza. And then we see Juventus up against Parma. Yes, that game for Juventus will go down precisely about 8:45 p.m. And the game also for Atalanta against Monza will also go down 8:45 p.m. And in the Dutch era Davies, we see Feyenoord up against Ajax. So I think that's a big game that we go down later this evening in the Dutch league. Like I said earlier, it was Lukaku and Varashlilia who got the goal for Napoli. Yes, they are on the cruise mode. Jubilation for both of the players as they put a lead 7 points clear of the table. And let's see how we point out. Will Antonio Conte grab this one after the post era of Victor Osimhen? We'll keep tab with this one and let's see how it goes. Like I said, it is Match Day Live. Also, the finals of the Wafu B tournament. Yes, the Wafu B tournament, which serves as qualifiers for the African Cup of Nations. So as we speak now, Nigeria and Ghana have qualified for the Under-20 African Cup of Nations that will go down next year. So, but the final to who will lift the trophy, yes, the final for who will lift the trophy will go down later today in Togo. Yes, many have termed it the Jollof Derby for the Under-20 side. Anyhow you want to put it, it's always rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria, and that battle will go down later this evening.